Stop ruining those ribs. Today, I'm going to show you how to make fantastic Texas spare ribs on my Primo grill. The principles I'm going to show you here can be used on any of the grills you have, but we're going to get these, season them up, get them ready to go, and I'm going to show you how I cook them up. So stick around, you don't want to miss it. These are two nice big full spares. I am not cutting them down to a St. Louis, but there are a few things I do to it. I turn them over first, and this flap, we're going to trim it off. That comes off, and then I'm going to get off this membrane. Not everybody takes it off. Some people say it helps hold in moisture, but I tell you what, I have found out that I get a whole lot better chew, and I still come up with really nice moist ribs, and you don't have to eat that nasty membrane. Just take it there, and like everybody shows you, grab it with a paper towel, work it off, and it should come off in one piece just like that. If you wanted to pull some of this off, you can. There we go.
You're doing a good job at it.
You might hear my granddaughter in there. She's not quite camera broke yet. But this breastbone, I take it off. This is what some people will call a Kansas City cut. Just go through your cartilage. There it is. And I kind of get at the top, and I run it all the way down. Just take that off right there. This end, here's our last bone. Some people will cut that bone off because they say it's going to burn up anyways. I usually kind of leave it on. That way it protects the bone next to it. So I don't mind if it's on there. So go ahead and trim that off. Right there, we can clean up some of this big fat if we want to. And if you hear that, folks, that's rain. And it hasn't rained in Texas in a really long time. And it is raining hard. That is wonderful. There you have it, guys. There's some of that rain I was talking about. Let's see if I can show you the pool. You can see it hitting in there. But we are dry, dry, dry. It hasn't rained in ages here. So there it is. You get a little music going with it. Where's Addison? There's Addison. She was going to go swimming. Tell everybody hi. But the rain hit. So anyways, let's get back to our ribs. And our rub today is from the Grill Sergeant. Squill Team 6. Going to give it a try. I'm going to get a good coating. There's one. And again, if you wanted to trim off some of these, you could, these extra bones. You could come in, take this one off, and probably take two of those off if you wanted to shorten them up. I think they just protect that first one and you don't lose any of it. That one looks good. Let's get them on the back one. Always do your back side first. We are going to cook these on the Primo ceramic grill. So if you have a ceramic grill, you're going to get to see what mine looks like. They all are similar in the way they work. And I do have a chef's temp gauge and brizo on this one. So y'all are going to see that today also. But there we go. I'm going to let these sweat out. We're going to check the pit. When it's to 250, we'll get these on it. The pit is almost to 250, so I'm going to pick it up. The fire's on this end. And these are huge, right? Put them on and scrunch. We're going to see how much we can get them on here. That smaller rack is pretty good. The bigger rack's a little tougher, but I tell you what, I think it's going to cook them just fine. We're going to run a fire at 250, and I figure it's about a 3.5 hour cook. Hey, sweetie, you can't hang on to that while we're filming because you make my camera move around. Let's get these little spritz. They are looking pretty. Little moisture on them. Go about another half hour, maybe 45 minutes. We'll see if we can wrap them. Check these ribs, see how they look. Ooh, they are looking pretty. A lot of pullback. Let's do this. I kind of grab them in the middle. They are not quite ready. This rack is just almost ready. We can probably wrap these and they won't be much longer. They need to be on the pit. These ribs are ready for a wrap. I'm going to take the back ones out first. You can see they're not quite pointing down at the ground. Pointing down at the ground, that means they're ready. So I'm going to wrap these, let them go about 45 minutes. Here's my big rack. Going to do them much the same way I did the small rack. Just moist them, get the paper a little moist. This is just a basic wrap, plain water spritz. What I've been putting on them while I cooked them, but nothing fancy. The water just makes the paper pliable and a little easier to wrap. So right there. One more. You want one more look at those? Pretty ribs. Half hour, they're going to be ready. Wrap that. Right there. Flip it over. Pull it good and tight. One more turn. Back on the pit, ready to go. 30, 45 minutes. They'll be done. I'll just insert a probe in here and see if it's tender. If it is, we'll pull them off. We'll get them back on that pit. I did increase the temperature on the pit to 275. Let's look at these ribs. I bet you that big rack is ready to come off. Been on here about a half an hour. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, those are soft. Take those off. I'm gonna let the little ones go a little bit longer. We'll get these off and get them sauced up. Let's unwrap these. Pretty warm. Nice and tender. Would you look at that pullback on those ribs? That is exactly what we wanted. Once I wrapped these, I did bump them to 275. That's what got me that pullback a little bit quicker. I'm going to sauce these up. Now, if you have your sauce warm, it works really well. Come on here and just pour this sauce kind of down the middle. I don't like them real runny and just sloppy. So I am going to brush lightly. Now, competition ribs, I don't brush. I get that sauce nice and hot and I pour it across, let it drain off. But for the family, we're okay there. Nothing wrong with that. If that was in foil, I'd use some of the juice to go with it. Little more Squill Team 6. Not a lot. It's a nice little taste. Always tell everybody when you pick them up, you grab them in the middle and they point at the ground, they're ready to go. So those ribs are ready to go. But right now, they're going back on the pit. Open it up, set them back on there, and they're going to go long enough just to let that sauce set. I don't plan on saucing this set, so I think I'm going to leave them on there, let them go a little longer while the sauce is set on those. Let's close it back up. Go about 15 minutes. Here's the rack we are not going to sauce. So this way where y'all can see the pull back there. Again, pick them up in the middle. And they should point at the ground. These can get a little softer. And I'm going to let these get a little softer back on the pit. I am going to let them dry out a little bit. I'm going to spritz them, set them on the pit while that sauce is setting on the other rack. I'm going to let these go a little bit longer, so let's get them on the pit. And we'll see what's better, sauce or no sauce. I believe he's been resting long enough to slice them. So guys, we can either turn them over and see where the bones are, or we can see how good our aim is. I kind of look for the puffy part. So we'll go right there. They are juicy. I don't know if y'all can see that juice bubbling up right there or not, but That is not a bad looking rib at all. Let's take the next one out. Right there. That rib is loose. Take it out and look at it. I tell you what, we have got a lot of moisture in that rib. We have got a pretty smoke ring on that rib. And we have got a juicy rib. That is a good looking rib. We're gonna give this rib a try. There you go, guys. Clean bite through. A beautiful, beautiful rib. Look at that. Right there, guys. Pretty rib. For the second bite. Pulls clean. Perfectly cooked rib. Juicy rib. Started them at 250. Wrap them. Turn them up to 275. Finish them off. You're talking a 3.5 hour job. Let's slice up this dry rib. See if we can hit the sweet spot again. There we go. Cut it in half. There's our close-up look. A nice rib, a juicy rib. Guys, I tell you what, this is just a good looking rack of ribs. Nothing wrong with that at all. Would you look at that smoke ring? I'll tell you what, guys, this Primo grill did a great job. Great smoke ring. It's moist. I love the way it holds heat. And the more I use that grill, the more I like that grill. The more I use that Brizo and the Chef's Temp gauge, the more I like it. You might call it a cheat, but I tell you what, it sure helps keep those temperatures solid all the way through. 250 on these, bumped to 275 whenever I wrapped it up. But that is a nice rib. These were about 3 hours and 45 minutes. About 15 minutes longer than the other rack. They look nice, and I bet you we can give these a try, and they're going to have as good of a bite as those others did. Let's try these out too. There you go, guys. You see that? That is a perfect bite on a rib. Pulls clean, it's tender, it's moist. Now the sauce that I used today, guys, was my own sauce. It's not on the market yet. Maybe we'll get it on there one day. But it's a excellent, excellent spicy sauce that I serve. I think it goes great with my Texas style barbecue. Remember, we used the Squill Team 6 today from Grill Sergeant. I'll put a link below for him. You get over to his channel and order this. It's in a few of the local barbecue shops also. I know the Grill Masters out in Spring Branch is out there on 46 and 281, and also at Barbecue Outfitters on Loop 1604. You can get it both spots, the Squill Team 6 and the MRE. Meat rub for everything is what this is. And I like them both real well. I think you will too. So give these a try. Tell the Grill Sergeant Chef Johnny sent you over there. But thanks for stopping by. Always do appreciate it. Check for some new videos. I'll have one up here I think you might like, and I'll have one over here, and the subscribe usually pops up right there at the bottom. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends and family about us, and we'll see y'all down the road. So long, everybody.